Morning, welcome to the next podcast of Collier-talks cricket memorabilia. Last couple of weeks we've been going over the Across the Oceans book, which I published a couple of years ago. I thought I'd just go back to 1883 on Ivor Bligh's tour when he regained the infamous Ashes, and just show you what happened to the other bale on the occasion when they collected one of the bales and burnt it and put it in the Lern. Well, it was turned into a letter opener by the Clark family. On that is written England Australia January 26, 1883. England won by 69 runs. This bale was knocked off the last ball of the game or in the match. So that's what happened to the last bale. Some of you may or may not know that, but it's quite an interesting little passage in the book. So that was put up for sale by the Clark family a few years ago, but with an opening bid of £150,000. But they decided to keep it in their family, so it's still in their family. And why not? It's quite a precious thing, I think. Don't know how much that would actually be worth, but anyway. So we finished last week at 1903, so we're getting up to 1907 now. Which was A. Jones's tour to Australia, and there we've got a picture of the fire, which was actually used as a yawl rot. They commissioned it and went around the world and painted it white and went around the world with it. So there we are. So we'll continue on. Some nice pictures there. The general picture there of the MCC at a banquet. SF Barnes at the bottom there. Quite a rare postcard there of the Australian team at the second Test match, which is quite a nice photograph. Umpires and all in there as well. Continuing on, we've got a lovely postcard there that was sent to a chap in Clapham by Jack Hobbs, and it's a photograph of the boys coming out of a gold mine, and there's a writing on the back there with Jack Hobbs, which is quite a nice little souvenir of that tour. Dirty old job going down the mine in those days. And then we've got Jane Crawford there with his First World War medal. Quite an interesting character, Jane Crawford. Been quite a bit written about him. I've done a little player profile on him. Then we've got what have we got up there? There's another image of the fire there, in colour, which is a nice one. You can see her in a black, painted black there, rather than the royal livery. There's a couple of nice postcards there of the 1907 side, and also a song sheet programme from the Orient liner Fire there, which gives you an idea of what the entertainment was in the evening. There's some politically incorrect songs on there now. Another nice image here. This is in Tasmania, and the boys are getting onto the ship there. That was sent over to me by Bill Elliott, and there's the royal party there on board the Fire, and a nice photograph there of the quarters at the King Stadium. Duchess of Cornwall, should I say. Another nice photograph there, quite a rare one there. That's a nice signed photograph in the collection. Probably at Australia House, that one, but signed, and quite a rare picture. This is 1911-12 now, we've just moved on to. They went over there on the Orvieto, so there's the Orvieto there at the bottom. But that's a nice rare photograph there. There's another photograph there of the ensuite cabin from the Orvieto. So there's some nice accommodation on the ship when they went over there. And there's a nice picture of the boys in Colombo with their pith helmets on. Another lovely image there of MCC at Adelaide. This was the only game that P.F. Warner played. After that he was taken ill. I think he must have had a physical breakdown or something, but no one can actually put their finger on what actually happened to Plum Warner. I know he had some issues and had a big long rest in Australia. Another nice image there of which one's that? That's a test match at Melbourne. That's J.W. Hearn's copy, with Rhodes batting there, Armstrong bowling, and Hearn at the other end. So that's quite a large panoramic image there, which is rather nice. There's a Lungana there, which another ship they went on. Quite a nice little ship. You see that mainly they all look the same really, with their funnels and whatever, but you see there's some pretty black smoke coming out the top, and 9 times out of 10 they had to raise the funnels because the soot would lay on the deck and consequently over the passengers as well. So when it got refurbished, they raised the funnels about 2 foot. Lovely photograph there of Plum Warner. This is February 1912, so he was obviously up and about and able to be photographed. That's a lovely studio image there. What ship have we got down the bottom there? There's the Orvieto, different postcard there from the Orvieto, which is a nice one. And there's a lovely, a bit tatty, I've got to say, it's a programme from the tour there, which came in a box of bits and pieces I bought at an auction. So there's some rare things there. Got a rare image of the 1912 side there too. And then another little profile there of F.R. Foster at the bottom there. Another quite rare postcard there of the team that was in Australia. So we're moving on now to after the war now, 1920-21, and this is my earliest signed ship, which was at Gravesend. There's a signed photograph of the side there. Quite a nice signed photograph. The Austerley at Gravesend. So that's quite a nice image there, quite a rare image too. There is a nice image of coming back with the Australian team. They come in the same ship back, but I haven't been able to get one of those yet. And then who was it? Hitch went over on the Mulwar, which was a few days later. There's a couple of nice photographs there of the boys in the vineyard going over, and at Vesuvius. And a couple of nice images there of the boys on the ship, and that's an image of Colombo that used to be given to the players or passengers so they could see the way around Colombo, where the major places were to have a look at. There's a teams at Colombo there as well. That's, on that ship there, General Patterson, Australian tennis player, was on board, coming back from England. So there he is at the bottom there. Shared a few fitness regimes, I think. A nice photograph there of the boys at Sydney, going across in the back of the Sydney cricket ground. And another nice image here of this is J.W. Hearn's copy again. Nice image there of I think he's dropped somebody there. Taylor put down its 3rd slip by Hearn. And there's a nice picture there, nice postcard picture of Sydney Park, National Park in Sydney. So by Raphael Tuck, that one. That's a nice image. Perhaps the boys walk around there on their day off, the relaxation. And then another couple of internal photographs there of the Austerley. What have we got there? We've got the drawing room at the top and the saloon staircase at the bottom, which is a nice indication of the opulence in there. And a couple of nice photographs there of Strudwick, Herbert Strudwick, Surrey keeper, and Hobbs playing deck quoits. The 21 Australians there at the Cecil Hotel. And what we've got at the bottom, there's another coloured photo postcard of the Malwar there. And there's a nice set of autographs there, 1920-21 side. That's in my book of the voyage across the seas with the post office. And a player profile there of Patsy Hendren. And the 22-23 tour, which was Archie McLaren's tour to Ceylon, Australia and New Zealand. Went over on the Orvieto again. It's a rare photograph of the team there. And there's a photograph there of the Grand Hotel in Wellington, I think that is. Auckland, beg your pardon. And then there's a photograph of Eden Entertainment there when they went to the theatre. And there's Disraeli there or George Arlison Disraeli. That's what they went to see and to watch. Paid their pennies. There's McLaren there with a struggling cover drive. Titch Freeman there and an advertising for radio. Supposed to be transistor radio in those days. Wireless, should I say. Nice little image of Titch Freeman. One of the pros that went on the tour, I think there was two. And we got another. They went to the theatre again, saw these stars at who we've got here. We've got Fred Stone and Mary Anderson. They went to see an evening's entertainment, and down there was a fishing party. There's a photograph there of some pretty rough terrain when they used to travel around New Zealand. The roads weren't that great there. And the ship, the Illawarra. That's one of the 120 ships that were in the book. And they came home on the Ormond, or the Ormond deal, if you want to call it. Nice postcard, colour postcard there of the Ormond. So I do one more, which is the 24-25 side. There's some nice pictures in here. There's a rare one there of Jack Hobbs and his wife. Jaeger postcard there of the team, and also Herbert Sutcliffe's copy of the ship that went over there, which again was the Ormond D, whatever, and that's got the captain and the verse and everything else on that one. That's quite a nice section there. And I've got some nice newspaper clippings here of the boys going over on the tour, playing at Colombo. Arrival at Melbourne there, the ship, which is quite nice. One of the stories there on the ship that Henry couldn't play in the first couple of matches because he bruised his wrist playing games on deck. Nice photograph of probably the greatest opening pair there, Hobbs and Sutcliffe. Again, there's some more photographs there. Boys coming out on New Year's Day. A Morris Tate. Nice photograph there of the boys on Sydney Harbour, going around a little launch. Another newspaper copy there. So we'll just get to the end of this one. There's a couple of nice photographs here. The Malaysia signed photograph there. It's a nice one, that one. One of my favourites. Coming home without Chapman, who's going on holiday, and a postcard, Christmas card type there from signed by FC2. There's a nice rare photograph there of the boys in their civvies, and the last ship when their Anna they came home in. So we'll finish that there this week, so we'll get on to 1928-29 next week, so some nice photographs and images in there. So hope you've enjoyed that, and a little information about the bale that was on the Ashes in 1882-3. So we'll see you on the next one.